What's up, guys? Welcome to another video, guys. Hope everybody is doing fabulous tonight, guys. I just finished watching that press conference with Madam Speaker, Juliet Holness. I'm not even going to address you as a miss right now because, lady, you don't have no manners. Lady, you're very, very disrespectful. Lady, look here, me go hold my mouth. But Juliet Holness, you don't have no manners. For such what you call it now? For such an educated person, you don't have no manners. Your behavior is very nasty, it's very disgusting, and it is very distasteful. Me no business who want come for me now, no come. But no need for go watch the video. I was preying her from the whole situation with Warmington. Oh, she laughed after Warming, you know. Yes, she probably just laughed because Warmington was funny. But from them time, the me a pray her. When everybody put her for Speaker of the House and people were saying that it's conflict of interest, everybody jump up and say, no, government can pick who they want pick, yeah. See my Andrew, yeah, two of them together, destruction upon top of destruction will be unto uno. And uno labor right, uno no type, one type underneath this post. Not one type, me no want to see no finger make no comment on my post. Because this is not about labor right or PNP. I'm tired for telling you this. This is about people's life. People's life matters. Me say after me just listen to the MP for Eastern, Western, Westmoreland, me I tell us me heart, yeah, water wash me way. You understand? The man a cry out for help, and the way how Juliet deal with that man a while ago, you don't have no manners. The brother man have to tell to you say, his mother is not in this house right here. You're out of order and rude. When you not gonna talk to the two young men them who you have in your yard, those are the only people you can talk, persons you can talk to disrespectful. You're too out of order, lady. Mr. Holness, I need to get your wife in check. If me did ever have an ounce of respect for that lady there, it gone to the ground. It ground. Me can't look up to nobody like that. She could have be Speaker of the House till God come. All respect for she under my foot bottom. One thing me not stand with is a disrespectful person. Me not like that. That no fly. No deal with me. At the end of the day, you can be Speaker of any house. Yeah? That no make you above nobody. You know better than nobody. When it come down to it, respect are respect, manners are manners, principle are principle, and you don't have none of them. You don't have no behavior, you don't have no class. And me don't talk about that. People don't listen to that video, because right now I'm very, very upset. Very, very upset. The way how him talk to this, she talked to this MP a while ago. What is it? Because they say a JLP run things. Government a JLP, so people life no matter. Me not care about the politics business. Me care about the people them. Here the man tell us say down there, the amount of disease down there, the dead animal them, the whole or something them, the people them soon take sick. So what is it? What the planning to have? For the whole of them just take sick and dead out? And then in the little, you know, on the bed and sleep comfortably at night. When a conscience there. A long time me a pray, you know, Miss Wellness, because me tell us say from the whole heap of thing where did I go on with the pitney them missing and the man them did I beat up the woman them. Not one time you know come out as a woman. You never come out and address the nation about that. Hey, listen, me don't talk about you right now because all you do is get me upset and you know worth it. Me not need no blood pressure for you, Juliet Holness. So now listen to the video, guys.
At the outset, nothing that I say is politically motivated. I guess when a politician is saying something, people naturally think it's political because it's coming from a politician.
Member, just straight to the question.
Madam Speaker, please. I have a mother that is in St. Anne. I don't have one in here.
Member.
Right?
Question, please.
Don't do that.
Straight to the question, member.
Don't respond to that, but just
I am simply trying to set the context of what I'm saying by saying that nothing that I have to say here is politically motivated. It's a simple point.
No, but there must be a reason why I feel you need to say because of all the put up
I-
on social media saying
My first question, because I think we have to learn from what we do. My first question. In the preparation for the hurricane, when the initial allocation was made of $200 million, we were told that some of us constituencies were not included in that allocation of $200 million. We raised concerns because the system was bigger than the country, several times bigger, and clearly would have affected every parish. Looking at what happened, where Westmoreland was told that we're not a priority, and landfall was made in eastern Westmoreland, do we think that we have the appropriate mechanism in place to make the allocations for impending weather events like this?
good question. Good question. Good question.
My second question. In the lead up again to the hurricane, we were told that the supplies would not get to the shelters until the system started and persons started going to the centers. Do you think that was the appropriate decision, seeing that we were preparing for a Category 5 hurricane, and naturally it would have caused disruption in access to get to the shelters? I could have made my points easier. Idea, an accurate count of the number of deaths that have occurred in Jamaica.
No.
Because based on my count from my own constituency, in the Darliston division, there are 12. In the Leamington division, 4. Betheltown division, 2. And 7 in the White House division, which is giving me 25. So do we have an accurate count as to the number of deaths that have taken place in the country? Do we believe that the response to retrieve the bodies was appropriate? Because we've had funeral homes that had to come for some, and the community members had to bury others in eastern Westmoreland. So do we believe that the response has been adequate to pick up the bodies? In terms of the response of ministries, departments, and agencies, how do we go about making an assessment on how we deploy personnel from ministries, departments, and agencies to constituencies that are affected? Eastern Westmoreland is where landfall was made. A Category 5 hurricane, the eye of it, so that carries the eye wall, went across the constituency, starting in New Hope to Darliston to Betheltown, and then over into South St. James. Total devastation and destruction along the entire constituency. Do we believe that enough personnel from ministries, departments, and agencies have been mobilized for a constituency like this, which is in fact the actual ground zero of the hurricane? My next question. Do we think that the condition that obtains in the shelters currently is adequate? The Maud MacLeod shelter in Darliston, the persons there are sleeping on the desk that are within the shelter. Not one mattress is at the facility. Females are there that are having their monthly cycles without any form of supplies being given to that center. 3-month-old baby in the center. Do we think that sufficient work is being done in the centers, in the shelters that currently obtain? There are over, by my estimation, at least 2,000 homes that are flat, not damaged. They are totally destroyed. The foundation is all that you see. Do we think enough is being done to provide shelter, food and water for those persons who have been displaced? I'm encouraged, Prime Minister, by some of what you have said. I'm encouraged by some of what you have said. Not being unreasonable, I'm encouraged by some of what you have said. The establishment of the points by the JDF is something that is long overdue, so that we can have access points across the constituency where you can airlift supplies to and then distribute from there, and that we can get medical personnel in place. The hurricane itself and the destruction that it has caused is a high-stress environment. To be hypertensive, have high blood pressure, and be out of your medication in a high-stress environment is a recipe for disaster. It's a ticking time bomb. So those persons that are within Eastern Westmoreland that needs medical care, the centers have to be set up urgently in a way that the army can mobilize persons to the different communities so they can attend to persons. There are at least 3 communities that are still maroon. And at Grand Gala, we see soldiers rappelling from the helicopters. It can't be just practice. Now is the real thing. Beeston Spring, which are Beeston Spring, the 3 areas that are maroon, Beeston Spring and a community called Touch Valley, and there's another section there called Left Hall, and then you have Amity up in close to the border with South St. James. PM, my own assessment, and I'm not a specialist in this, but my own assessment, looking at the damage to the housing stock, is that I believe that the only thing that I see that can quickly deal with it is the containerized housing solutions that come anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 US landed and erected.
Member, do you have any more questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do.
Okay, please,
yes,
member.
I do. Yes, I do.
Please, member, questions.
What is the possibility of us, as a country, putting a program together that will see us being able, and I'm sure the other members from Westmoreland will speak for themselves, but and surrounding areas, because Northwest St. Elizabeth is in the same category, you know. So it's not a political point that I am making, because the damage there is just as bad. What is the possibility of us being able to implement a program quickly where we can get some of those units erected, so at least we can get that mother from under the tarpaulin with her children? That is the current situation in Belmont and Bluefields and elsewhere across the constituency. We also need, if you want me to ask it as a question, when will we be able to have some repair done to the gas station facilities, so that when somebody says to me they're coming from Kingston, I don't have to ask them to bring me low sulfur so that I can drive? When will we have some facility in place that persons can get access to fuel, so that they can, even the elected officials, that they can actually go to the communities? Madam Speaker, I have nothing but concern for the people that I represent. I don't care who they voted for. Not my concern at this time. I'm talking about the people and how they are currently living. Anybody who doubts what I am saying, take a trip for yourself. And if it doesn't cause you to have tears, then you are not human. Anybody that doubts what I'm saying, take a trip for yourself. If you think that I am just here grandstanding, take a trip for yourself and have a look at the situation. It is a total and complete disaster in eastern Westmoreland, and this is a cry for help.